Ayato is a new 5-star Hydro sword coming out with the first banner on 2.6. Being a Hydro sword user, he's going to have many uses for different team comps, especially with his new skill sets. When Ayato uses his skill, he will move to a new position, leaving a watery illusion at his original position. It will explode if enemies are nearby, or after a certain amount of time. In this state, his normal attacks will be converted into AoE Hydro damage. After one of these attacks hits an opponent, the attack will have its damage increased by a certain percent of Ayato's max HP, with a maximum of 4 stacks. When Ayato uses his burst, a large AoE circle will appear on the ground, and enemies within that will constantly take Hydro damage. This large AoE will also increase the normal attack damage of characters within that field. Seeing his abilities makes you think there's multiple teams and builds for Ayato, which there is. Ayato's likely best in slot weapon is the new Haran weapon that is running during his banner. When party members use their skills, this weapon will gain a stack with a max of 2. When Ayato uses his skill with his weapon equipped, those stacks will be used and increase his normal attack damage by 20% for each of those stacks for 8 seconds. This will allow Ayato to do so much more damage with the skill. This weapon's secondary stat is crit rate, which is perfect for Ayato. His next best weapon, in my opinion, is the Jade Cutter. Not only is this weapon's secondary stat crit rate, which is great for Ayato, the passive increases the user's max HP while also increasing the user's attack based on their HP. Considering how Ayato's skill works, this is great for him. Mistsplitter could be a decent 5-star weapon for Ayato, but it'll be difficult to take advantage of the passive and the substat being crit damage. Ayato's best 4-star weapon is probably the BP weapon, the Black Sword, giving him crit rate and increasing his normal attack damage. Artifacts are a bit tricky with Ayato, considering there's multiple that you can go for. There's a new set coming out called Echoes of an Offering. This set does look nice at first, as it increases your normal attack damage by 70%, but the issue with this set is it has an RNG effect to it, and Genshin already has too much of that. Your first normal attack on an opponent has a 36% chance for the effect to happen, increasing by 20% every time the effect fails. But every time you go into Abyss with Ayato, you're going to be relying on RNG. 4-piece Glad is a set that you can use that doesn't rely on RNG, as the 4-piece bonus gives you a normal attack damage bonus of 35%, while also being pretty easy to farm with Strong Box being introduced. 4-piece Heart of Depth is great because it gives you that 15% Hydro damage bonus for Ayato, while also giving you the 30% normal attack damage bonus. These 3 sets are probably his best in slot, and can be interchanged based on whatever has the best substats. So if 4-piece Heart of Depth has the best substats of all you farmed, then go 4-piece Heart of Depth. If 4-piece Glad has the best substats, go with the 4-piece Glad. The substats you're looking for are crit rate, crit damage, attack percent, and HP for his HP scaling. You'll want an attack sense, a crit rate, crit damage headpiece, and a Hydro damage goblet. If you're going for an off-field burst / buffer Ayato, you could also go with 4-piece Noblesse and possibly Emblem, though you'll need to focus more on ER substats so it gets his burst back faster. Team-wise, you could run a hyper carry team with Ayato, Yunjin, Bennett, and an Anemo character like Kaza or Sucrose. This team will help Ayato deal as much damage as possible. Yunjin giving you the normal attack damage bonus, Bennett giving you an attack bonus, and an Anemo character for that Hydro shred. Taser team is another good team, which will consist of an Ayato official and an Anemo character, and your 4th could vary depending on what you want. You can run a Vape team consisting of Shangling and Bennett, but as of right now, there's no decent pyro support for Ayato. Yoimiya might be a possibility too, considering that he buffs normal attack damage. If you're running an off-field buffer / freeze team, you could run a team of Ayaka, Shinha, and Ayato, and Anemo Swirl to buff Ayaka's normal attacks. There's also some weird theories being thrown out there with running Ayato on 4-piece Thundering Fury, and running him with Beto. Thundering Fury allows Ayato to possibly use his skill more often by triggering ElectroCharged, which decreases his skill cooldown, but this will have to be tested once Ayato releases. As you can see, Hydro users are pretty flexible to build. Ayato has an interesting skill set, and because of this, we'll likely see some interesting teams and builds once he releases. I hope this video helped you with deciding on what you want to build for your Ayato. And if it did, please give me a like and sub down below.